Let's get your thoughts here. We got game 2 tonight. Spurs coming in -6.5. There's some sixes out there. Over under 216. I see money a little bit on the under based on DraftKings because that's dropped to 215.5. What's your take on this game?
So I have a 5% big ticket play on this game tonight. The 5% big tickets have been very, very good long term in the NBA. And of course, my NBA finals now 16-8 over the last 5 years in the NBA finals, 1-0 so far this season, 5 consecutive winning post seasons. And of course, the big tickets, what do I got? 42-22 over the last 5 years. So I have a very strong opinion about tonight's game. I expect to cash, and we've got a real good track record both in the finals and with the big ticket reports. That being said, I'm going to try to make a case here for the Knicks and for the Spurs, and then we'll talk about the total, which you'll get the free play from for today. But if you're making a case for the Knicks, I mean, you talked about it earlier, Andy. This team's won 12 in a row. It's tied for the second longest postseason winning streak in the history of the NBA. They're on a historic run, and it feels like people are not paying attention, and they're not power rated correctly. And I talk all the time about riding teams when they're mispriced in the markets. You know, ride them. The Knicks have been mispriced in the markets. And this is a grade A example of how much money you can make with one team that's mispriced for a couple of weeks. And that'd be the Knicks, obviously 11-1 ATS. You know, you talk about that Villanova trio with Brunson, Hart, and Bridges. They're truly unique when you talk about the NBA. That trio is, you don't have multiple players who won titles in college and then all end up on the same NBA team and are competing for titles at the NBA level. That's meaningful. And of course, the Knicks have been dogs 3 times in the playoffs. They've won all 3 of those games straight up. Oh, they've won all 3 of those games by double digits. So they've been pretty good in this role. You're making a case for the Spurs. I mean, look, it's not like they were outclassed in game 1. They just didn't play well. You know, they missed a bunch of shots they usually make, and the Knicks made a bunch of tough contested looks. Awful loss in the playoffs. The Spurs have responded really well. They've won by 12, 38, 29, 21, and 27 points. 1 loss in the postseason. They're 5-1 in 6 tries, and every win has been by double digits. 4 of the 5 wins have been by 20 plus. So they've been great in this particular role. You read the quotes coming out of San Antonio. I'm just going to read you one. I got a whole bunch of them, but I'll read you one. Wemby, quote, I'll just read the end of it because it's a long quote. But quote, "This is why I'm not worried. We're going to be so much better. I'm going to be so much better. We play bad. When I play bad is when we shoot ourselves in the foot." So there's certainly a case that you can make for San Antonio in this ballgame. There's certainly a case you can make for the New York Knickerbockers in this ballgame. I believe one of those 2 cases is stronger, a lot stronger, and I got a 5% big ticket tonight on the side. We talk about the total, and obviously we've seen an adjustment here. Game 1, 218.5. Game 2, I'm seeing 216s and even 215.5 juiced to the under right now. And at no point in game 1 was the over in play. You know, the Knicks didn't get the 50 in the first half. The Spurs only got the 40 in the second half. That's not going to cash a whole lot of over tickets. And we're talking about totals. We're talking about 3 basic things. Pace, how fast they're going to go up and down the floor, how many possessions they're going to get, how many opportunities they're going to have to score. Free throws, how many points you're going to get with the shot clock off and no time being run off the clock. And 3-point shooting. When you're draining threes, it's really good for overs. When you're missing threes, it's really good for unders. Game 1 was played fairly fast. We had a 99.5 pace rating. In the postseason, only Minnesota as a team played faster than the Knicks and the Spurs did in game 1. And it was very clear watching the game, the Knicks do not want to face the Spurs half-court defense. They're looking to run at every available opportunity because once San Antonio's in a half-court, that's not great for any team with Wemby patrolling the paint. The Spurs were the faster team both in the regular season and in the playoffs. They're not shy about them running either. Game 1 was no foul fest. It had only 43 combined free throws. There's plenty of room for more. And, of course, the 2 teams, one went 11 of 36 from three-point range. One went 11 of 43 from three-point rooting. Combined 22 of 29, 28%. So there's room for more three-point shooting, more three-pointers to be made. There's room for more free throws to be made, and we expect pace. So we have pace, free throws, and threes, and the total adjusted downward. I'm looking over for this one. I think the markets have moved the wrong way, and I would expect points and pace in game 2 in San Antonio this evening.
Great breakdown, Teddy. Can't wait to watch this game tonight. This series and this finals is just clear your schedule. Make sure you watch it.
It is. Game one was really entertaining. Worth watching start to finish.
I'm just dreading the Knicks fans if they win. We're never gonna hear it's just gonna be never gonna let us hear the end of it. So
they've been waiting since 1973. By the way,
that's fair.
Once every 53 years, you should have something to celebrate. And note that even with the game one win, it's not like the Knicks are big chalk in the series. You look at the adjusted series price right now, and it's basically, the Knicks are short favorites, minus 125. It's basically a pick 'em. So it's not like the Spurs couldn't possibly win 4 of the next 6. So tap the brakes. I'm worried about the Knicks fans right now.
They'll always have the liberty, even if they don't win. They'll always have the liberty in 2024. And for what it's worth, they don't play in. Yeah, they don't play in New York, but technically the New York Atlas in the PLL just won last year. So plenty of New York championships that they're hanging in the rafters. And all of the New Yorkers are claiming that Atlas championship. None of them even know it happened. All right, Teddy. WT.buzz/TC is where you can find him, Teddy. We alluded to the plays that you'll be rocking with tonight. A 5% big ticket that is up. And those have been can't miss action for you. And sure, Teddy, they can buy a play, but with the deals that are over at your page, man, why the hell are you buying just a play? So tell them about what they'll find over there, man, and the specials they can take advantage of.
Sure. And realistically, I talk about it all the time. Do not buy plays. If you want to partner up, let's partner up and make some money. We've got a great deal right now. 3 to buy 3 days, get free 3. All right. Reasonably priced. We got a great deal right now. Every play through till football season starts. That's a phenomenal deal. If you want, we've got every play every day for the next 12 months discounted right now. They're all available. They're all reasonably priced. Check it out, WT.buzz/TC. And if you don't like me, buy somebody else. Get Andy, get Dan, get Marco coming up, get Johnny. We've got quality campers who know how to win long-term. Check it out, WagerTalk.com. And check out my 5% tonight at WT.buzz/TC.